So here we are the next morning. It's the 9th of September. It's 10 a.m. and what I'll do with these lots, you can see I've taken all the stalks off. You'll get the the very occasional one with that, but that makes no difference because it goes through a jelly bag for processing for the syrup anyway. I'd recommend that you don't allow your berries to lie for more than 48 hours after picking. They do start to ferment after a couple of days, so best to do it as quickly. It's a very, very tedious, I wouldn't say soul destroying job because it's got a purpose, whilst it's very, you need a lot of patience because there's a lot of stalks, and it's actually worse with the hawthorn. But we're concentrating on the round berry just now. So that's this more than half from a big container which is sitting down there. And I'll get these weighed up and then we'll get them washed, and then we'll get them into the big pot and we'll get them stewed down and mushed up, ready to go through the jelly bag. And the syrup that comes through is what we add the sugar to, and then we'll get them into sterilised jars, and that will be our round jelly for the next couple of years. We'll do this batch today and the next batch tomorrow, and that will be that complete, you see. So thanks for now. I've got a busy schedule ahead, a lot of prep work. It's all about organisation when you're doing this sort of stuff. So I'll pick up later, okay? Thank you very much. So this is the first 3 pounds of berries. I'll weigh it out, 3 pounds exactly. We'll give them a good wash, and then we'll strain them before we start to cook this off. We have to do it in stages, there's so many berries, but I'm on the ball, I know exactly what I'm doing, and if I'm lacking motivation, I just get a move on, you get a move on, and that should help things during the day. Alright, so we've got the washed 3 pound of round berries in this jelly pan of mine. I put in obviously washed this as well, a sprig of rosemary. I find that just gives it a little bit extra delicate flavour through. Not necessary. You can put in apples and lemons and all that sort of stuff as well, but that is all I need. And we'll put the heat on here, and we'll just allow that to simmer. Like everybody now, the problem with high fuel bills, you don't want to be tempting to put things on the heat, but this is a necessary job, an annual job, really. But as I say, these berries will last me 3 winters at least, but certainly over this winter I'll have plenty. And the round jelly, of course, can be used for a whole number of things, but I like to just use it for porridge, adding to stews, or even just a boiling water with some jelly and just a drink. It's fantastic. You feel your whole body alive with it. It's a functional kitchen, I'm afraid, so the washing machine's on. We've got to keep ahead of all the other chores, but we work away. As I say, great organisation, that's all that's needed in these messes. But I'm going to come back at a later stage. I'll push on with all the things I've got to do. And as I say, the best way to do this is in stages rather than trying to cook all the berries off at the same time. You just get a kerfuffle. And the strainer bag doesn't want all that extra weight. It's 3 pounds sufficient for the jelly bag, you see. So we'll have to get that all organised. We'll have to get our glass jars all sterilised. We've got to get so much to do, but I'm giving you an indication from pick yesterday in the small glen near my home to the processes of getting it into pan stage. and then the latter stages I'll show you to get it into the jelly stage, to get it into the jars. Now, just for the record, we have another 4 pounds of rowan berries in the bowl. These are still to be washed, and this is another pound of berries, which means if we equal up, we have 4 pounds in each batch, and I'll add a little more water to that. Remember, once you've washed the berries, strain them off, hence the colander, and then just cover the remainder of the berries with enough water, and then let them stew. So there's 4 pounds in this container, and 4 pounds in this bowl, which has still got to be washed, as I say. So all good. Yes, thank you, Andy. So here we go. The berries are stewing away mentally, and all the good juices are now going into the liquid, and then this will be strained, as I say. While we're waiting for all that to happen, we just finish off the processing of this lot and get these prepared for tomorrow's episode. So we'll try and complete all this, and then we'll get the jars sterilised and stuff, so be under no illusion that this is it's hard work, it's tedious, it's at times it's mentally exhausting, as well as plucking every berry from its straw. So you have to be really you have to be in a firm mind to get it done. But it's well worth it, I promise you, once you see the end product. And you have to approach this job with all the love and enjoyment that it is meant. I love doing it, actually. It's so relaxing, and it's a great opportunity to background music, either some Gaelic music or classical music indeed. Nothing too raunchy, but something relaxing in the background that all makes for perfect work environment, you see. So we'll leave that just now, Annie, and we'll come back at another stage. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much, Andy. So that's the final section all done, and probably another 3 pound of berries there, maybe 4 pounds. That's part of the first lot, of course. One particular thing that should never be overlooked when you're doing this as well is always make sure you've got a nice cup of tea on the side. This is now at a ready stage for putting through the jelly bag. That's the kind of mush you want. So that's us there. And we've got the pot in the back for sterilising the jars. So we're just doing this methodically. But the first thing, Jenny, is a sip of tea, and perhaps we'll go outdoors and get ourselves a cigaretto. Yes, we're at that stage. Thank you very much, everyone. So, yes, I'm glad that's all done now. So that's all processed there. Here we have this jelly bag. It's all filled up, and the liquid that's coming out here is going straight into this pot. And the amount of liquid that's then measured, then you add in the sugar accordingly. So as I said, if you put all the berries in, you would find that this was unmanageable. So we do it in 3 stages, and this is the finished, well, not the finished product, but this is the liquid, the golden liquid we need. Of course, it's red. It's absolutely wonderful. It's full of everything. I'll put information up for you. But this is the process, Andy, and it's timely. It's a time-consuming project. There's no doubt about it, but That's why people don't do it. It takes too long. You can go into a store and buy the bloody thing, but well, it's never as good as any. Nope. So we'll let that filter through, and these berries will be discarded, the remnants, the mush in there, and then we'll go for the we'll scrub up the pots and then start all over again. Meanwhile, I'm going to finish my cup of tea and I'm going to begin my jar sterilisation process. Okay, that's about that. Give the jelly bag a squeeze with your hands. You need thermal hands because it's still very hot, but I'm used to it now, you see. But, so that liquid that's in there, we'll measure it up. We should get a pint there, and for every pint of liquid, i.e. the round juice, we shall add a pound of sugar, and then we'll let that on the stove to simmer away, boil up, and then it should eventually turn into a much viscous liquid, and then when we pour it into the sterilised jars, it will set in a jelly. Meanwhile, I've got the sugar in the oven because it's good to have the sugar at a warm temperature, not adding cold to warm. And in the back here, boiling away, is the first couple of jars. I'll just get these done just now. And as I say, you'll have a spike in your gas or electric or whatever fuel you use when you're doing this. But as I say already, it's well worth the process because it's part of an autumn cycle for me. I love doing it. And as you can see, all the berries were completely free. The only cost is the fuel, your time, if you want to calculate that, and the sugar. I use a jam sugar with a wee bit of pectin in there, and you can use preserving sugar, but the jam sugar I prefer to use, and I always have a stock of that just for when I'm doing these sort of things, you see. So we're already prepared here, and we've got to weigh up the sugar as it comes out of the oven at a warm temperature. We've got all the glass jars laid out here, and it'll take a good half an hour or something. We're going to complete this batch. I'll show you it ready, and then it'll save me going through all the same process again. I'll just do that in my own time in the next few hours, and we'll do the whole thing today. May as well, and that's it all ticked off, and then we'll move on to the elderberry and hawthorns later in the month. Yeah, it's a really time-consuming job, and but I can't emphasise enough. And if you take that stuff, if you stick it in a pail with boiled water and take it over your bathroom floor or kitchen floor, you'll never see anything more sparkling in your life. And that also applies, I've mentioned before, if you've got pots and you want them to gleam and see your face in them, this is the stuff to do it. Any sort of berries or that will do the same trick. So it's all brilliant. I really like it. So that's us done here. So let's move on, Andy.